Hey guys, it's your girl Sabine and welcome back. This is episode 2 of our new season called Elevation. And this episode is about to be about elevating your surroundings. And especially when it comes to friendship and intimate relationships, you should definitely know your non-negotiables and negotiables so you can save your time and peace. So to start off a little discussion, what are y'all's little non-negotiables when it comes to friendships and intimate relationships?
I think the first thing that came to my head, honestly, when this was even brought up was probably just like ex drama in a relationship, I guess you could say. Like when you're dealing with somebody new, everybody has a past. Everybody got an ex. Everybody got an ex situationship, relationship, whatever. Yep. So me, that first day we meet off bat, that's the question I'm asking. So like, when was your last relationship? You know, like when were you last dealing with somebody seriously?
Right.
Because I feel like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, if it's kind of recent, you might have a situation where you might have somebody that might be still talking to, because y'all know, like, if you've ever messed with somebody or been in a relationship, like, it's probably like a good, unless it ended terribly where you're just like, okay, we're never speaking again. Mm-hmm. If y'all are still friends and still cordial, like, you might talk, might slide up on a story, might, what you doing, how you been, how's life, how's it going? For me, no. If I'm dealing with somebody new, like, even if your last situation was recent, I want y'all to not speak, like, at all, in a sense to where, like, I want you to be honest with me and be like, you know, we did kind of end something recently, but like, we don't speak, you know, like, that's not somebody I'm interested in talking to, having a relationship. Like, we've talked about this on K Square before, like being friends with your exes. No, like, not for me. So that was my first, like, non-negotiable where I was just like, you know, that instantly came to my mind was ex drama and like recent ex. I can't go for it. So if you have drama with your ex, that is my number one non-negotiable. Like, I can't do it.
But I can't. People are honest about having drama with their exes. Like,
they're not, but
they're not going to
everything that happens in dark will come to light. Like, I'm gonna find out regardless. Like,
that's true.
If I got your friends in my views or the girlfriend's friends or whatever, like whatever happens in the dark comes to light.
That's a giveaway.
Yeah, like if we got some extra, like, who is this? Especially if you know who the ex was. Like, you're like, okay, like, y'all at least have something going on. Because how'd she find me? Yeah. You know, like, how'd the friends know about me? So that's my, like, one of my non-negotiables. That's the first thing that came to my mind. And princess treatment, you know. I feel like I want to be treated like a little princess. Yeah, I want to be able to tap into my soft energy, my feminine energy. And if you're giving me real act tough, act rough, I don't want to, like, I don't want to be in that energy, you know? I want to be girly. I want to be soft. I want to be, you know, like light, delicate feather, you know, not do this, do that. You making me mad. Like, no, I want to be okay, you know, like, just calm, at peace. You just soft. You know, I feel like that's a term that a lot of people are talking about now. Like, I want to live a soft life. I want to be a soft gal. I just want to be with somebody that's going to allow me to tap into my femininity and just be, you know, like a dainty little flower. I don't want to be a rock.
Great explanation.
Yeah.
I don't want to be hard. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be hard body. I am soft. Like, I want to be, I am very soft. I want to be girly. I want to be, you know, I want to be soft. That's just the best way for me to put it. So those are my non-negotiables for sure.
Do you have non-negotiables for friendships though?
Friendships for me, a non-negotiable for friendship definitely would be somebody that I feel is like, I don't know. I feel like friendships can get very interesting in a sense to where, like, somebody that I feel like is trying to be in competition with me, I don't like that energy. I don't like that. I say this all the time. I've said it to both y'all. Like, I say this all the time. There's literally room at the top for everybody in any field. Multiple people standing at the top together doing the same thing. Like, I think competition energy and like little weird stuff like that is weirdo energy to me. And I think that's like a non-negotiable for me, because it's like, first of all, y'all are friends. Like, there's no competition. There's who does this better, who does this. If anything, you should be putting your friends on, giving them ideas, helping them out, supporting them in what they do. Like, not competition, weirdo energy. I don't like that. And then another one that I just thought about too is, have y'all ever had somebody ask you, like, or DM you or message you like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, we should be friends?
Oh my gosh, that's like,
what's that TikTok?
What if I was butt booty ugly to you? You wouldn't want to be my friend?
Or you want to be my girlfriend?
I get girls wanting to be friends with you because you're pretty.
I
But
don't.
I just feel like that's
Red
such a weird
flag for
way to.
me.
It's
That's
a really
so
It's a red
weird.
flag.
Red
All
flag.
right. You
And it's like we too grown for that, girl. Don't be DMing me talking about yourself pretty. Let's be
Let's be
nowadays, you gotta be
friends.
careful. You never know. She want to just be your friend or be more than your friend. You know. So
If somebody were to say
girls
that to
be
me,
different.
Line in a DM like that.
right, you so pretty, let's be friends. Huh? Like, why?
I responded like it back. Oh my God, we should hang out. Never hang out, nothing.
Why? Because you find me pretty, you want to be my friend. Like, what if I was so
People
mean
go for that.
and rude and
People
not
want
fun?
That pretty girl image, just want to
Yeah.
surround yourself.
No.
Everybody's beautiful in their own way. And honestly,
You have
I
to
met
be
girls
careful.
who are pretty but just have terrible personality.
Just ugly on the
Yeah.
inside.
Like, you can't just want to be someone's friend just based off their appearance. You have to know
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, people be wanting to just be friends with you for a lot of things. Like, it's just weird. But honestly, my non-negotiables, I'll start with friendships and then go into like intimate relationships.
Mhm.
My non-negotiable is in a friendship is support. And I know like nowadays a lot of people feel like, oh, of course, like not all your friends are going to support you and that's fine. No. In my opinion, like if you're my friend, I'm going to support you to the fullest in everything you're doing. And if you're not supporting me, why are you in my corner? To me, it's just like a waste of space. Like, I need you to. It's a waste of space in all honesty, because like if you're in my corner, I'm gonna support you. You posting this, you doing this, you doing that. I'm right there. I'm sliding up. I'm showing my support. We're even off social media. Like it doesn't even have to be a social media way of showing support. In real life, if you going through it, I'm calling you. If I see you tweet something that's a little weird, I'm checking on you like, what you doing? I'm supporting you. I'm not finna be a distant friend. So I just don't do distant kind of friends. Like I need you to support me because I can't call you a friend if you're not supporting me. When it comes to this podcast, I feel like anyone in my corner has been supporting this 100%. And if you haven't, then you're not considered my friend. Sorry to break it to you, but like if you ain't trying to be that support, it's the news. Like no, like
you find it out episode 2. You're not friends
if you're
with
even watching it, because if you're my friend, you should be watching it. But yes, support to me is so important, and I don't like the whole notion of like, oh, it's okay, like don't worry about support, whatever. No, like if I'm calling you a friend and you're in my corner, I need you to be supporting me in anything that I'm doing, straight up. Second is honesty. Like I need my friends to be honest. If this outfit is not cute, I need you to tell me it's not cute.
It ain't giving.
If this boy ain't for me, I need you to let me know straight up. Like,
ain't it.
and granted, I'm gonna have my own opinion. I'm gonna be me, and that goes into my next non-negotiable, which is being non-judgmental. Because I just feel like as a friend, like don't be judgmental. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes you can have those friends around you that are just like overtly judgy, and it's just like no, like. Feel the need to like put their input on everything or, oh, don't do this, oh, don't do that. Like, yeah, I want you to be honest with me, but I also want you to be non-judgmental in any decision that I make. Because at the end of the day, we still have to go through things sometimes just to learn things. And so I just don't want you to be non-judgmental. Plus, when you're around judgmental people, 9 times out of 10, or when you're around judgmental people, 9 times out of 10, like they're gossipers. They judge any and everybody. They judge the next person walking on the street like, ooh, why she wearing that? Ooh, this don't go with that. This don't go with that. I don't like to entertain those conversations anymore. At one point in my life, you know what I'm saying? I may have gossiped a little more than I do now. Everyone has. But I just can't be around a person who's so judgmental on everybody, because that means I know that you low-key judging me. Like if you judging a random stranger, like I know you judging me and my decisions, and I just don't want to be around anybody who is super judgy. It's not good. And it's just not genuine. Like if you're judging my decisions, then it's just not like, you're just not a good friend to me. So yeah, support, being not judgmental, and being honest. Like just be real with me. I don't want to be around any yes men, because that's also just a waste of space. Like if I'm in the wrong or if I'm coming to you about something, I'm not looking for you to agree with me. I'm looking for you to be honest with me. Be like, well, Kaylin, I feel like you kind of were in the wrong when it came to the situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around a whole bunch of people that's just like, yes, and agreeing with my every move. Because then it's like, what's really the point?
There's no gain.
I mean? Yeah, and it kind of leads you down the wrong road if you're just around a whole bunch of people that say yes to everything, agree with you on everything. You should start questioning that person, because now it's just like, okay, are you just kind of like kissing my ass? Or like, what? Are you really my friend tell me for real? Up? Like, or are you just kind of sticking around just to like be around? I don't know. In relationships, loyalty, which in 2022, I don't know if anyone knows what that means.
Bruh. I think they
I
act
don't
like
know
it.
if anybody knows what loyalty means.
It's a rare definition. It's rare. There's so many examples nowadays. People are making their own definition
Oh
of
my
loyalty.
gosh, right. Like, cheating is a whole other topic that we don't even really need to get into right now.
So that's an episode.
That's one episode by itself.
Cheating.
Because, but loyalty is so important. I need you to be loyal. I need you to be solid. And if you at a stage in your life where you feel like you can't give me 100% of your loyalty, I need you to be honest about that. Like,
right.
communicate. I'm not about to be tripping on a whole bunch of stuff if you communicate. And I wish more guys would understand that. Like, just be real. It's okay to be real with yourself and just be like, I feel like I can't give you 100% of me right now. Like, I can't give you 100% loyalty. And until I can, I'm going to, check up.
Leave you alone. Yeah.
Thank you. Don't keep entertaining me and acting like you being loyal. And I find out that you messing with the next. Like, that's just lame. So loyalty, of course, honesty. That goes for anything. Sense of humor. I feel like I'm a really goofy person. Like, on this podcast, I be talking about a lot of serious stuff. But if you know me in real life, like, I'm really goofy for real. And I need you to have sense of humor. Like, you know that on FaceTime, how you could, like, put the little memojis of, like, all the animals.
Oh, my gosh, y'all. Our friend Brooke, that is
that's her
thing.
favorite thing to do.
Oh, my God.
But I love doing that, too. So it's like, I can't be on FaceTime with you and the next thing you know, you're looking at an octopus and you can't laugh. Like, I just can't be with you.
Right.
Because, like, I'm just goofy. Like, I need you to have a sense of humor. Don't be boring. Don't be all serious. Like, it's just not fun. And I don't want you to, like, think I'm weird. What's that one TikTok where it's like, I'm gonna call you right back, like, after you do some weird stuff. And
Oh my
like,
gosh, yeah. It's like people coming up in costumes and they all happy and then the person's just like, and then you're like, I'm gonna call you back.
I'm gonna call you right back.
Oh.
And they're like, she not calling back.
Okay, right. They're not calling me back.
Literally, because
Oh,
you was
that's
doing some
sad.
weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's kinda sad.
It is so sad.
But it's like, I need to be able to do some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Don't hit me with the, I'm gonna call you back.
Match the energy.
And courting, which kind of goes along with like princess treatment. But court, open the door, walk on the right side of the sidewalk.
Y'all, wait, I'm gonna say a little something. Kaylin might not want me to, but if y'all have listened to season 1, y'all said if you want to go on a date, or Kaylin said if you want to go on a date with me, you gotta have flowers. Kaylin got her flowers the other day.
I got my
She got her flowers the other day.
First of all,
I know, y'all. I know. I was telling her business a little bit. She got her flowers the other day, y'all. Y'all would never know who. Y'all would never know who, what, where, when, how, and why. But Kay got her
I got
flowers.
my flowers, y'all. I got my flowers. I really got my flowers on a first date. I was like, oh my gosh.
probably fell in
and it
love
was
with
the
you right
exact
there.
flowers I wanted.
Be like, you the one.
It was the exact flowers I wanted for her. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Girl,
like, that's
it's a
crazy.
sign.
I love that you brought that up.
Yeah,
but
because
yes,
she got her
courting,
flowers.
like, girls love flowers, guys. For all of our guys listening,
I
girls
love
love flowers.
I love flowers.
It's such a nice gesture because I just feel like you had to go out of your way to get them. You had to pick them. You had to wait till they could trim it, wrap it up. Like, it's such a thoughtful gesture, especially if it's your first time asking her on a date, you're taking her to dinner, and you pop up, you picking her up, and you got flowers in the passenger. Oh my God. I promise you, she'll probably be on edge the whole night.
The whole night.
So fellas, that's the only thing you have to do. We not ask you, like, paying for the meal. Thank you. We appreciate it. But, like, a little flower would be nice.
This give me old fashioned. I like that old fashioned love. Like,
Yes,
pick me up in my car,
but it's so
open the
sad. It's
door.
considered old fashioned. Like,
Exactly.
to bring somebody
shouldn't be
flowers,
old-fashioned.
I
to make sure they
know.
get home safe, like
should
make
be
sure they get there
standard.
safe. Like, it's
I
standard.
want the old
Some
fashioned.
girls is literally like, oh, like, he told me to meet him there.
That's not a date.
Oh.
Y'all are hanging out.
I feel like it's more common in New York though, because I mean I'm from Atlanta. So
I'm
I just
sorry,
feel like everyone
like-
drives. So, but in New York, it's like a lot of people take public transportation, especially if you live in the city. So
You can send
You
an
meet
Uber.
her at her
You
stop,
can send
call
an
the
Uber to
Uber.
If you
my
want to
house.
take Subway or send an Uber,
No.
like meet her at
Send me an Uber
No, 'cause
right
you be
now.
real,
Send you my
though.
address. Share
But
the
to
trip.
be
That's all I need to know.
what if they can't? What if you can't make an Uber shake right now? I'll meet you at your stop. I'll walk to your place.
let's
and
talk about
we'll
how I
walk
got
back.
with a guy.
Ooh. Y'all, when Kaylin told me this story, I
What
said,
happened? What happened? What did they do?
Oh my gosh, y'all! This boy who I should have been left alone a long time ago because he been proof
Name
to
him.
me. I'm not naming him.
no, not his, no, of
Oh
course
my gosh,
y'all not
we
his
gotta
real
give
name.
him
We
story
gotta
time
give
names.
him John Doe, somebody.
Let's give him.
Leslie.
Let's give him. Oh my gosh, what's the name without like giving it away? Let's just do Panda.
Give him Urkel.
Okay.
Urkel? Give him Urkel. Because what he did was give him real clown
Urkel,
vibes.
clown vibes,
Urkel wasn't a clown.
sure.
Shout out to Urkel. But you know what I mean. Shout out to Urkel.
Okay. So Urkel, right?
Mm-hmm.
This man trying to come back into my life. You know, he was in town or whatever. So he like, you know, I know you mad at me, whatever. All this sweet talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, okay, finally, like, you know, I say yes, you know, nice restaurant, top tier, whatever. I'm just like, okay, bet. So he's like, and ladies, please learn from me because I thought I knew what to do and I obviously failed. So, right, he goes, you know, I don't want you to take the subway or whatever because it's rainy. And it was super rainy, super cold this day in New York. She's like, it's rainy, it's cold. I don't want you to take public transportation. So I'm going to like take care of your Ubers to and from, right? My job, we live in Queens. And if I'm coming to the city, Uber nowadays is starting at $50. Let's start there. Starting at $50. Depending on what time it is, it could go to 65, it could go to 70. It could go, the Uber prices here are crazy. But the least you're gonna pay is $50 if you don't got no discount. Uber don't even give discounts no more. They used to. Sometimes you could log into the app 2 years ago and get a nice little 20%
10%.
off.
Yeah, something cute.
Now you gotta have the reward program. It's the whole nine, right? So $50 to and from. So I called the Ubers originally, which was the first red flag. Ladies, don't do that. Have that man call the ride for you. But the only reason I did that is because I just thought he was just gonna, you know, like comp me afterwards. Like you said you was taking care of it. So I'm expecting a little Cash App, little Apple Pay, preferably Zelle. But you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So I called the Uber there. Plus he had to Uber as well. And you know, you can't even call 2 rides at once anyways. So I was just already expected to do that. I called the Uber there. Called the Uber back. Night went well. Food was good. Everything was lovely. So I hit him after and I'm just like, you know, he sent a little paragraph, you know, oh, I enjoyed tonight, whatever. So after the fact, I'm like, so are you still taking care of my Ubers? And he's just like, yeah, I got you tomorrow, whatever. Then tomorrow comes. I ain't saying nothing. The next day comes. Long story short, y'all, I didn't hit this man up until a week after. And all my friends is like, text him right now. Send the Apple Pay request.
I said, send the request. Send nothing else. So all he has to do is press the button and send the funds.
I'm going to send a Zelle
now.
request right there. No money taken out.
I should have sent the request. But y'all know that pride. It's like, okay, I don't want to look like I'm thirsty for $100. But
no, ain't nothing wrong asking for money. Like nowadays, ain't nothing wrong. But you owe me money.
You said you was going to take care of it.
So take
I could have found another sense of transportation to get here. But you said you was going to take care of it. So that's what I did. So I hit him up like, so I think I sent like a GIF. You know what I'm saying? I don't even say nothing. I just sent a GIF like, hello. And he just still continues to like give me like some story about what has been going on with him.
I'm having to my cousins. Just stupid.
Just a whole lot of. And yeah, y'all, I never got my $100-something to this day.
You Uber there for Queens?
It's April 3rd. Total, it had to be like 110.
Nah.
Total, it had to be like 110.
Wow, man. I would have sat right there. So you gonna get my Uber?
That's a whole number. That's a whole number down in the bank account. All it takes is $100 for it. No. All it takes is $100 to be a whole number down. You'd be like, well, damn.
That's the difference between
Kayla, you paid
Uber
for that. Kayla, I would have
dining hall. Like, you really messing with my livelihood at this point.
$100 do a lot. When you got your account from Uber, that's so hurtful.
I got y'all. So like, it happens, but learn from me. Have that man send you the money beforehand or have him call the Ubers for you. Don't fall for the, oh, I got you afterwards. And that works for anything, ladies. Like, if he offers to fly you out, don't fall for the, oh, yeah, I got you.
Pay you when you get here.
I'm going to pay you back.
I got to pay you in cash.
Oh, my gosh.
Unless I've been with you for a long time.
Yeah, that's different.
I really can't believe I let him play me like that. Never again when you get the chance to play me. If you're watching this, never again when you get the chance to play me.
Yeah.
Never again. But anyways, that's what I get for just giving second chances when they shouldn't be given. But courting is so important, y'all. Flowers on the first date, walking on the right side of the sidewalk, you know, just basic mannerisms. That's a non-negotiable for me. And just to end off with mine so we can get to yours, Sabine. All in all, for all my relationships, I need you to have a relationship with God. Like, I'm sorry if God is not even like a thought in your life, or if I haven't even heard you like speak about him for real, like that's going to be a red flag for me, because I feel like that's an area in my life where I'm just super, you know, like stable in, not even stable in, but it's very important So if that's not important for you, it speaks a lot for me. And so I already kind of know like what to, not what to expect, but
What
I
to
just
look
feel
for,
like
yeah.
you gotta at least believe, you know what I'm saying? At least believe. That's all I need you to do. So yeah.
That's something I've learned too, though, like learning the importance of that for real, because I've tried I'm gonna bring him to God. Like, I'm gonna try and, tell him about this, tell him about this.
And that's not a bad thing either.
It's not, but for me, I feel like it doesn't work because
at least have a solid
I need a foundation.
At least have a solid faith foundation.
Something to work with.
Belief where it's like, okay, you pray every once in a while or you understand and you have a belief, you have faith, something. But if it's just like, I mean, yeah, like my mom goes to church and you know what I'm saying? But like, you could tell really quickly like who.
It goes
really,
back to kind of like living that soft life. Like, for instance, like I pray before I eat my food, and that's something that I do. Same. And I've been on a date with somebody where he was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is so awkward. Like, I feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then I've been on a date with somebody that's like, let's pray before we eat. And I was like, I like that. I like that.
You check my box. You love the Lord.
I was so excited in my head. I was literally like doing a little happy dance because I was like, oh my gosh, like,
that.
yes, I don't have to do this. Like, you got it. Yes, take my hand and let's pray over this food,
together.
Like, that is something that's so important as we're getting older too. Like, yeah, y'all, we're young, but like, and I feel like this is a topic we can talk about later, but like dating to marry, versus just date to catch a little vibe, like I think when you're really thinking about that long-term stuff, your non-negotiables is something to really keep in the forefront of your mind because this is potentially somebody you're going to be in a long-term relationship with, potentially, if you look at it that way.
Yeah, for a fact. Sabine, let's get into your
non-negotiables.
I like them to name a list. But I guess in relationships, I love communication, okay? I'm a talker, natural talker, okay? If you can't tell me you can't text me back because you're doing this, my mind goes out of the world, okay? So I need you to communicate with me just in general. Express how you feel. If you don't like if I'm doing something that you can't, it's on part of your non-negotiables, let me know. Express that. Like, if I'm going to be with somebody, like I want to be in a relationship, I want to be in a marriage where we could talk about everything. You know what? This didn't make me feel right. Like, all right, I'm going to change on that. Like, communicate with me. And then as well, I guess I could put a dash. Quality time / romance. I love romance, okay? I want the love letters. I want you to write a letter and tell me why you love me.
That's so cute.
That's going to make me like cry because like I just love love, okay? I'm a Libra. I love love, okay? And it's just quality time. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm with you too much and it feels weird. Like, I want to feel like every time I'm with you, it feels like the first time.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, like the little butterfly.
Yes. Every time I'm with you, like, it just feels like, isn't it crazy? Like, we just met, but I feel like every time I meet you, I'm learning something new.
Right.
And then as well, honesty. Men be lying.
Out their teeth.
And I'm starting to think it's a disease because the way all y'all men be lying, just like, no, why would you want to lie? Like, at the end of the day, like, the truth's gonna come out regardless.
Anyways.
I'm gonna find out regardless. I'm at the FBI, the CIA. I'm gonna find out the truth.
You are FBI.
I'm FBI. Screenshot, screen record, all that. Like, don't lie. Are you gonna lie to me? I got a Haitian gut right here. I know when you gonna lie. So that's just a non-negotiable. I need you to be honest with me. Tell me, like, I went here, this girl tried to talk to me. All right, thank you for telling me. Before I get there, the girl like, yeah, your man was talking to me.
To me, yeah.
Oh, you was talking to her. That's what she was doing.
You was talking to her. New York's coming out, y'all.
Right.
New York's coming out.
That's what you wanted to do. Okay. But he could have, if you told me in advance, like this girl was trying to talk to me, I wouldn't have reacted that way.
Right.
Expressed that. So that's just in like intimate relationships. But friendships, I've had a lot of friends in my whole entire life. Like, I feel like growing up, I've always been that kid. I always had a lot of friends. So I feel like I've learned now in my 20s a lot of non-negotiables in friendships. I feel like number one is, how Karen said, competition. That, no, don't compete.
Man.
I've had friends where they stopped talking to me because they felt I was doing too much. Like, I'm changing in front of them, but I wasn't changing. You're just not on my level. And I've had this conversation with my friend. Like, I'm starting to be around people in my circle who are on my level, who are on my like same mindset. Because I realize if you're not in the same mindset, the friendship is not gonna work. And I learned in my past that's never gonna work.
Oh, yeah.
That's so true.
I need people in my circle, we going to school, we trying to work, we trying to do that. If you're not on that time, eventually we're gonna clash.
Yeah.
So I'm learning, you need to be just my surroundings. That's the whole episode. Elevate your surroundings. I want to have a good surrounding around me because at the end of the day, you have good energy. What else? Support. 100% support, because people nowadays, they can share a post. Yeah, girl, I supported you, but you never really asked me about it or never talked to me about it. So I feel like I need support. If you're not a supportive friend, then forget about it. And third is loyalty. Friendships, there's a lot of people just, you could talk to them about anything and then they're the first one to tell your whole business. Like, I want to feel like you're my friend. I want you to be a chapter in my life. I want you to be a main character in my book. That's how I say. Sometimes people are not meant to be the main character. They are the side characters in your book. And I got to accept it. You know, in the book, you have your little details and you never see that person again. That's just how life is. That's how I portray it. My life is a book. So I want a main character. I want to make sure you're a main character in my life. I want you to at least able to be loyal to me. At least just not be a fake friend. Because fake friends, that's also a disease, I say. That's another disease.
Yeah.
People like being fake friends.
Yeah.
And you could see it so easily. Like, nowadays, it's just like, wow, you really fake and you live like this.
Some people can see it, some people can't.
Exactly.
And honestly, like, it can be hard to like decipher between like who you feel is real, who you feel is fake.
Yeah.
But that's why I feel like just establishing non-negotiables in general are so important, because you'll notice really quickly, like, okay, if you don't even align with like the non-negotiables that I have and you doing something that throws me off, then automatically I may have to start just moving a little differently with you. And that's okay. But I just feel like you'll start to notice, like, okay, support being like one of our shared like non-negotiables. If I just feel like you don't support me, but you over here posting Rihanna when she got pregnant,
like, Rihanna don't know you.
it makes
I'm sorry.
Like, look at you differently because, like, okay, but you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's just me. Like, I don't really be posting mad celebrities like that. Anyways, you'll catch me posting my friends though all day, every day, regardless. Especially if they doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna post you. But that's one of those red flags. But in general, I feel like it's also easy for like friends to, or like, you know, those people who weren't into that fake category, like, oh, like, I do this for you, I do that for you. But like Nicki said a line in a song, which I love. It's from All Things Go, the Pink Print. And I just posted it on my story today. But it's like, rock with people for how they make me feel, not what they give me. Because I feel like sometimes you can be blinded by like what people give you and what people do for you. But you can't ignore how people make you feel. And that's the most important thing. Like, because feelings don't ever lie. Your intuition doesn't ever lie. So if you get that funny feeling that something is off, don't be blinded by like what people do or give you, because your feeling is never gonna lie to you. Because to me, that's the spirit inside of you talking for real. The Holy Spirit for real. But on to the next question, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays are kind of like in a debate with this whole like, you are who you surround yourself with. Like, I've seen a couple tweets be like, I'm not who I surround myself with. Like, if my friends is doing some, you know, thought type of stuff, I'm not a thought, you know what I'm saying? But then you have some people who feel like, no, like, you're 100%, you are who you surround yourself with. So like, where do y'all stand on this argument? Like, when it comes to elevating your surroundings, you may have some people feel like, okay, I'm gonna elevate, but that doesn't mean like I gotta leave the people who I grew up with and my homeboys and my homegirls, but just because they not on my level. So like, where do y'all stand with that? Like, do you feel like you are who you surround yourself with? Or do you feel like you can still be your own person regardless of what your surroundings look like?
Shoot.
It's your mindset. Depends. Like, if you have a dream and you want to go for it, and the people around you, they don't have the same kind of dreams, they're not on the same type of aspirations, I can't control them. I can't tell them what to do. You're your own person. I know what I want at the end of the day. And it's your mindset. If you could get influenced so easily, you clearly don't have a strong mindset. It's point blank, period. Like, as an example, I have friends back home. Most of them dropped out of school. I think me and my best friend, the only two people that's kind of graduating from college, you know? Like, and we both want to go to grad school too.
Yeah.
Like, my good friend, she hasn't been to school since probably before the pandemic. And, you know, she's doing fine, whatever, but me, that's not enough for me. Even though I love her to death, that's my girl, but it's just, I can't, you know, like, I can't tell her what to do. That's your decision. You are grown. I'm not your mother. I'm not your sister. I'm not.
But you feel like that doesn't mean that's you. Like, you
that's not me.
You still finishing college, but
I'm still finishing college.
Finish it,
you know, I've had friends, long friends in high school. You know, their moms I would never think, you know, they're moms and I hang with them when I get home, but I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to stop being friends with them because, you know, something happened to them. You know, they became a mom, and being a mom is a blessing. I ain't going to judge you. Like, you know, things happen in life. You can't control your narrative. You know, my mom was telling me God has the plan for you. You can't control. He does. You know, if God said you meant to be a mom at this age, shoot, that's what happens. You know, he sees the bigger picture. So, you know, when it comes to your surroundings, it's tricky. You know, you have to have a strong mindset. Now, there's some people who's really be on some crazy stuff, and you just be like, all right, if I hang with you, it makes me look bad. You know, it makes me look a little different to other people. And I don't want that, you know. So it's a tricky thing. It all starts with your mind. If you have something you want to go for, and this is who you are, and this is who you stand on, you'll be perfectly fine, you know.
What do you think, Key?
Man, I used to have that same mentality as Sabine, you know, like I'm my own person, like nobody can sway me to do this, that, or the third, which is still definitely, it's all about mindset. But I think for me, moving forward as a woman, I do not want to be around, let me rephrase it. You are not considered a friend of mine if we're not on the same kind of moral field, values field. Like granted, me and my friends, everybody's completely different in their own ways, you know, with likes, with different things, with whatever. But if we don't kind of all have that same foundation, you're not considered my friend. You might be considered my acquaintance. You might be considered somebody, you know, we pick up the phone, we talk, we kiki, check up on each other. But like my friend, I've said this on K-Score so many times, like my friends to me are considered like my sisters. I have 2 lovely brothers, love you guys, but I don't have sisters, you know what I mean? And my friends are considered my sisters. So I don't want to be around anybody that is going to be a negative effect in my life, because whether you like it or not, when you are around somebody for a really long time, you pick up on their stuff. You pick up on maybe their little personality traits, or you might even pick up on their verbiage. Like I know I be saying some of the words that my friends say, and I be like, oh my gosh, like when did I start saying that? But I'm like, oh, this person says that. And like, I'm around them all the time. But granted, if I'm around somebody that I've noticed that, you know, everybody complains, but like if I'm around somebody that complains a lot, I can find myself starting to complain. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, Karen, stop doing that. Like, stop acting that way. Granted, that might not be you as a person, but you pick up on your routine as far as like being around those people all the time. So for me, you are who you hang around with. Like that's how I feel, in a sense, to where it's like, I've had friends that I've known for so long, love them to death still to this day. But like, we're not friends anymore because we just went on two different roads on this road of life. It is 100% okay. And I'm the type of person where I like long friendships. I like long relationships. I like building with people. I like going, you know, up with people. But I also have had to learn too, like you can still build with somebody and put them in categories. Put your friends, put your acquaintances in categories of like, you're my friend. And I'm not like, this is my best friend and this is my friend. Like, no, I'm not that kind of person. But like, you're my friend and you're my acquaintance. Like, there's certain people that I feel as though are my group of sisters. And there's certain people that I feel like are my group of acquaintances. Still get the same love from me. Still get the same, you know, still get the same Kiaran. Right. But it's more so like, I can't afford to hang around people that I know have negative traits, negative values, negative morals, because at the end of the day, I feel like in some way, shape, or form, that's going to trickle on to me. And I can't. And it's sad because you think about like friendships you've had with people and things. You're like, dang, like I really wish I was still cool with that person. Or I really wish like I was still with that person. Oh, friendship breakups hurt more than sometimes real breakups.
Sometimes more than real relationships. But I agree with you, Key. That's literally what I wrote in my notes. Like, regardless, like you can have the same type of personality. You could have that same mindset that you have. You could have that same heart. But whoever you're around, like automatically rubs off on you, whether you're conscious of it or not. So I also believe like maybe not you literally are who you surround yourself with, but you will pick up traits of those you surround yourself with. So it's important to make sure that your surroundings reflect who it is that you want to be. if better, honestly, you should surround yourself with people who you feel are better in areas than you are in your life, because off bat, you're going to pick up on those traits.
Yeah.
Like Key being like the influencer she is, like she is always on me about like content. She's like, Kaylin, like I need you to start creating content. I need you to get together.
It literally like makes me so mad sometimes when I get on my friends, because I'm just like, y'all, like you are sleeping on your potential. Like I literally just want to shake them, maybe like, come on, you know, like do it. Oh my gosh, I'm getting riled up over here right now because it's true. Like
it's good to have a friend like that in your corner. My best friend's like that all the time. She be yelling at me. She's like, "Girl, you better do your makeup today.
Yeah,
you on camera." I'm like,
right.
Right.
It's important to have people like that in your circle, but it's just like I'll pick up on those traits where it's like, okay, Key's making a reel or like, editing a reel. I'm like, dang, I didn't edit that reel that I was supposed to do. Like, let me go ahead and do that, because I'm picking up on the traits of those who I surround myself with. Right. So automatically, like, it's important to make sure that you're checking your surroundings and that your surroundings reflect who it is that you want to be as a person. And like you said, Key, like people rub off on you. So even if you feel like, okay, I can be my own person, I could do this regardless of how this person is. No, like when you're around those negative Nancy's, as we like to call it, or around those people who just kind of are draining, like that becomes you, because you automatically pick up on those things. So you may start to like feel a certain way, or you may start to, I don't know, you pick up on the traits of people that you surround yourself with, regardless of how you slice or dice it. And you may not even notice it because you're just doing what you do. But I've picked that up, and now I'm happy I've came to a place where it's like, okay, now I know how to kind of separate myself. Now I kind of know how to place people accordingly based on how they make me feel, how I feel their traits are, and what I feel aligns with me versus not. But beforehand, I used to have that mindset too, where it's like, I'm my own person. Like, I'm about to just chill and do what I do. And if that's them, that's them. But it's like, no, if that's you, that's you. But like, you can't be here with me, because if this is the type of person you are, I can't have people maybe thinking that we want the same, because we really not one and the same. Like, you may say something that I disagree with, and I'm just like, no, but they may look at me kicking it with you like, oh, well, she this way and she kicking it with her, so they probably just all one and the same. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't like that. Like, I feel like you 100% are who you surround yourself with, essentially. So y'all, that's why it's important to elevate your surroundings. Like, that's what this whole episode was supposed to be about. That's what this whole conversation was supposed to be about. Like, having those non-negotiables in friendships, having those non-negotiables in those intimate relationships, and establishing what they are before you get into them is so important. And your non-negotiables can change. Like, these could be mine right now, but like, as we get older, as we experience new things, we may run into something and be like, ooh, that's about to be my new non-negotiable, because I do not like that. You know what I'm saying? Or we may remove something. But I feel like when you enter new chapters of your life, it's always good to, you know, evaluate your circle, evaluate your surroundings, establish what those non-negotiables are, so that you don't waste time, like you said at the beginning of the episode, Sabine. You don't waste energy, because it's like, once you do that one thing that I know is a non-negotiable for me, I'm out. Because what are we even talking about?
Peace, and you messing up with my energy.
Yeah,
about
like,
energy, you know? What
are we even talking about? So in our journey to elevation, y'all, it is especially important to elevate your surroundings. Don't feel like they don't affect you, because they do. So after this episode, I hope that y'all can, you know what I'm saying,
evaluate your surroundings,
get it
for
together.
Real.
I don't know if we want to get into like having a cutoff, like now that we've talked about this.
I was going to say that too. Like, a lot of people know what they don't want, but it's very important to know what you do want. And when you know the kind of people you want around you, and you might not have those people around you, it's important to cut people off. You know, like, it's hard. It's easier said than done. As I get older, I'm learning more how to face people up front instead of just ghosting people. Ghosting is the easy way out. You know, you just leave somebody, you don't talk to them. But like, if you feel like there's somebody in your surroundings that really like deserves a reason as to why you might be falling back, or why you might need to, you know, come back a little bit, like, have that open, transparent conversation with them. Be like, look, you know, I can't do this anymore. I feel like where I'm at and don't even like be like where I'm at and where you're at, it just doesn't align. No.
Right.
Where I'm at and where I'm going, or the energy that I need to put in certain areas of my life, I feel like I kind of need to, fall back from this. I love you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love you from a distance, but I feel like the energy that I'm putting into this, like, doesn't make me feel good. Like, you ever have those relationships or those friendships that you just feel like drained, don't make you feel good, make you feel anxious, just make you feel like, you know what, I know this is not good for me.
Right.
And I've had to do that with certain people that I love dearly, that I'm just like, I can't do it. Like, I can't be around you. I can't. Because I'm the type of person as well where I am, like, I feel very hard, like I don't want to say like it's empath, but a sense of me is very like empath. Like I will feel another person's feelings. I will feel just a lot of things. And that can be very like, it can be very draining for me, very heavy on me, very heavy on my shoulders. So it's just like, I got to cut you off, a friendship, a relationship. Some people, even family members, not cut off your family member, but like limit access, come back a little bit, because it's important to really cut people off when you feel as though they are no longer serving benefits in your life. And not like this person has to be like amazing to me, you know what I mean? But if you feel like there's negative that is just a reoccurring thought of, I got to get this person out of my life. Like it's something telling you, it's Holy Spirit telling you like, look, this is not somebody you need in your life. This is not somebody you need around you. So it's very important to cut people off and sometimes leave people where they're at.
Man, honestly, I used to be a ghoster. I ain't gonna lie.
It's easy. It's very easy. We all have.
I used to just be like, bye. I fall back a little bit, stop texting back so often. But ghosting is not it, because I've been ghosted a couple times.
It's a terrible feeling.
I actually have never been.
You've never been ghosted?
No.
Oh, I've been ghosted.
I've ghosted somebody, but I've never been 100%.
I pray
that
it never happens to you.
Oh my gosh, the way I literally pacing around the room like, oh my gosh, what happened? What did I do? Like, why are they not? Should I call them? Oh no, I won't call them. Like, should I just send them a text? Like, let me just send that closure text. Like, I wish you the best. And like, have a great life. If you really feel like I'm not for you, like, have a closure text.
I've never. I don't know. I've heard stories. You're not the only one. All my friends be telling me, but it's never happened to me. Even like,
oh, Sabine,
I've ghosted a guy before in the past. I just felt like I've ghosted a great guy.
I've ghosted a couple times.
He seemed like a great guy.
But let me tell you, I will never do it. I can't do it no more. Because sometimes I'll be thinking like, maybe this is my karma for like ghosting people so much. But I'm just like, it's not fun when it happens to you. And honestly, you feel like, dang, like you start blaming it on yourself. And that's like the worst part about it. Because you start thinking like, okay, did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Is something wrong with me? Like, but when it comes to ghosting, y'all, like, don't blame it on yourself. 9 times out of 10, that person just lacks a whole lot of.
It's not your fault.
And it's not your fault. And just don't do it. But I used to do that. My whole like thing was, okay, like, if we're not too close, or if I ain't know you for that long, like I'm gonna just fall back. I don't really feel like I owe an explanation for why I want to cut you off or what I need to cut you off for. But when it comes to those people who, one, you've built something with over time, friendships, relationships, you owe an explanation if you do feel like, okay, I've evaluated my surroundings and you just can't fit in my circle no more. Don't just fall back from those people, because it's not a fun feeling to just like get ghosted or get left and you have no explanation as to why. So I feel like if after you listen to this episode, to our listeners, you feel like there's some people you want to cut off, give them that conversation and just be like, hey, like, honestly, I just feel like I'm entering this new chapter of my life. And personally, I just don't think the state of our relationship is best for me. It's not best for my overall well-being. I have no love lost for you. I love you. I'll continue to, support you in everything you do, especially if this is a friend. But I just don't think, this relationship is working out for me right now. And if you want to name reasons, go ahead. And it allows that person to, one, like, apologize, hopefully, that you feel this way, for them to maybe confess some things. But regardless, if that's your decision, don't let people try to, like, talk their way back in, because that also happens when you do give people conversation.
Yeah.
Which is why sometimes you rather just fall back and ghost because, like, I don't even want to hear what you got to say. But I feel like if it's a friend that you want to cut off or an intimate person that you're dealing with that you want to cut off, give them that conversation. Say it real nice. Even if they try to talk their way back in, just be like, honestly, like, well, then maybe we just need space and we can kind of like re-meet with this conversation later on. But like right now, I just can't. This is not really for me right now. and just keep it pushing. And y'all just DM us. You know, I be helping text back sometimes with my friends. So just DM us. I may write up a whole text message for you if you just like,
man,
hey,
I be screenshotting a whole thread. What do I say, Kaylin? Like, how do I word this?
I'll help y'all out because I'm real good with my words. So, you know, DM us if you going through it and you don't know how to cut a person off and you just need the right words to say. Give me a little, you know, background on the situation. And I might just write up a text message for you, word for word for word for word, okay? And y'all can hold me to that. But it's important to cut off. Don't leave people lingering around who no longer are for you, point blank, period.
Cut the cord.
Yeah,
cut the cord, y'all.
It's a hard, I guess, a hard pill to swallow.
Very.
When it comes to cutting off. Like, you know what I mean? I always got story time. I told you, my life a movie. I had a friend, man, we was friends since probably third grade. That was my girl. Her mom to this day, like her mom is like a second mom to me. And got to high school and things started to change. You know, she started doing things that I didn't really agree on. But, you know, that was my childhood friend. Like, she knew me before braces. If you knew me before braces, you my friend. Like, you know? So she just started going on a different path. And, you know, that broke my heart because it's like, dang, girl, we were supposed to have a whole future together. We've been friends already for 10 years already coming into high school, and now we're not. And I kind of fell back, but, you know, I had to express, like, you know, you're on a different path right now. And, you know, me, I hit the well. I'm going to pray for you, but you're just, right now, we're two different people. This is not when we were kids. Like, now we're coming to more of an adulthood. We're two different people. I'm not going to lie. She's doing great. I keep up with her sometimes. Slide up on Instagram.
That's good.
She live in Florida now. So I'm proud of her. That was one of her dreams as a kid, to live in Florida. So I'm
that's
proud of
really
her.
good.
So, you know, we keep up to date here and there, but, you know, kind of just fell off. And I had to cut her off because I felt she had things she needs to work on. I noticed, like, you could tell when somebody needs to work on themselves.
Right.
And I feel like she needed time to work on herself. And I feel like she still does, you know, not just saying from just me from the past, but I feel like everybody still needs to work on themselves.
Yeah,
and I feel eventually, you know, we're going to cross paths. You know, we have still mutual friends to this day, but I wish her the best. But, you know, right now I felt at that time you didn't serve me purpose. Because, and it broke my heart because I was like, that's like my sister. She was like a sister to me. Like, we met at 8 years old. And even though I have one friend to this day, I'm still close with 8 years old. But, you know, we were really close. And that broke my heart that we went on two different paths. But it's not, it's what the universe wants, to be honest. And I can't control it. And, you know, if I feel like you don't serve me purpose and I feel like the energy that you're bringing is not how it used to be, I'm going to have to eventually just do the snip. And that breaks my heart. It does. I hate cutting people off. I don't know. I have a bad habit. It's really hard.
It's not fun. Like, it's really not fun to cut people off, especially people you love and care for. Like, it's not fun to limit that access and, you know, stop being friends. It's not fun, but it's something that sometimes for the benefit of yourself, you have to do sometimes and kind of understand that hurts now, but it'll be something that helps me in the long run. So I hope
that's a quote I live with.
That's a fact. And I like that you said, you know, like, everyone has stuff to work on. We're not perfect either. Like, at the end of the day, if somebody need to cut me off because you feel like I'm not good for you,
cut me off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cut me off.
That was a sign. Like,
that's what I'm
start
gonna
really
do.
working yourself.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, that's what I'm gonna do if I feel like you don't align either. But to what you said as well, Kiarn, like, it saves so much time. Like, there's been so many times I look back in my life where it's like I kept people around that I knew I should have cut off, and it did more damage later on than if I would have just listened to myself up front. And so I have a little sister. Shout out to Gigi. If you're watching this, Gigi, shout out to you.
Love
but
Gigi.
Like, when she comes to me with her relationship problems and stuff, like, I be so on her because I'm just like, I just wish you would know. Like, learn from my mistakes, Gigi.
Yeah.
Please cut him off, Gigi. If you're watching this, cut him off, please. Please cut him off. Like, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut. But, like, do not keep people around, one, who've already proven to you, like, actually proven to you, like, through actions and everything, that you should cut them off. Don't let them back in. But two, like, if something is telling you cut this person off, please do it. Like, it saves you so much time and energy because you're going to be so hurt when they really show you them for real. You could be so hurt. Like, I promise you, so hurt. The amount of times I wish I could tell little Kaylin,
Man.
I know the same. I'd be like, don't you think
Thinking.
him
You
know,
off,
you
please.
listen to your gut. You wouldn't be in this situation.
Right.
I be telling myself,
man.
honestly, it's like a second voice in your head.
It is.
And it's just a battle with yourself. Like, girl, shut up. Like, I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing, but I really
But
your
you're
subconscious is like, no, you need to do this. And I just be like, damn, I should have listened to her.
Right.
Now I'm stupid. Now I'm hurt. Now I'm tight. Because
But you learn from it for real. Like you learn from those situations where maybe you should have cut somebody off a little sooner and you learn. And I mean, we've all been through situations like that before too. So we want to tell y'all now, like you have that feeling after listening to this episode, like cut them off if you feel like you need to cut them off for the betterment of yourself. For real, you will save yourself so much hurt, just confusion, just sitting there looking in the mirror like, is this person for me for real? Like, should I? Friendship, relationship, whatever the case may be. But that's our challenge. I guess we starting our challenge. Like, y'all, evaluate your relationships, your friendships, your surroundings. Make sure you're keeping positive people around you, people that are good for you, people that are not going to bring you down the path you don't want to be on. So make sure, you just evaluate, you guys, evaluate your surroundings because it's something that's so important and something that is so often looked past. But we hope you guys enjoyed episode 2 of season 2. Evaluate your surroundings.
Elevate.
Yes, elevate. Oh, I said evaluate. My bad, y'all.
Evaluate. That's what I said.
Evaluate your surroundings.
Honestly, evaluate your surroundings.
Very true. Very true.
Elevate your surroundings.
Yes, evaluate your surroundings to elevate your surroundings. Y'all, they sound the same. So my brain is like, what the heck is you saying? But make sure you guys are just doing that for the betterment of yourself and your surroundings. But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to stay tuned on the next episode. Follow us at K2 Pod, K2 POD, like Kayla said, to stay up to date with everything that we are doing, you guys. And we will see you next Friday.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.